with you. John Nichols on the line, the Washington reporter for the Nation, thenation.com, and a seventh-generation resident of the great state of Wisconsin. Hey, John.
Hey, Tom. It's good to be with you.
Thank you. Welcome back. I understand that, well, first of all, I don't know if you heard the news. Let me find the press release here. We just got this, that Scott Walker is going to be speaking tonight here in Washington, D.C. at the Marriott. Did you know about this?
I did. In fact, I've got a big piece up on the Nation site about it. This is a very big deal.
Yeah.
Because the group he is speaking to, the American Federation for Children, is a successor organization to an old group called All Children Matter. These are wonderful names for organizations.
Oh, they sound so sweet, but they're really all about giving vouchers to rich people and tax credits instead of scholarships, so only people who file tax returns can have their kids go to college.
Yeah, this is privatization of public schools.
Right.
And this is funded by the people, basically, who inherited the Amway fortune, some of your own fellow Michiganders. This
is the DeVos family? Is that the DeVos family?
Absolutely. In fact, the president of the organization is Mrs. DeVos, and she'll be welcoming Scott Walker. And if you take a look at the...
And there isn't their son or nephew, Eric Prince, who started Blackwater?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. The ties all keep going. And the Koch brothers, Charles and David, have been very, very big supporters of this initiative.
Yes.
Here's the important thing.
I mean, it's really simple, John. I mean, you know, rich people should be the only people whose children can go to school in America because, after all, they're the ones that God has blessed with riches. It's right in front of your eyes.
Well, who am I to argue with that wisdom? However,
that and John Calvin. I mean, it's... Anyway.
The only thing I wish is that these rich people wouldn't take our money to pay for their schools, because that's what this is really about.
But see, they're entitled to it because they're rich.
Well, but you see, the thing is, if they want to spend their own money on their private schools, I'm cool with that. They're going to lose out on the option. They'll lose out on the option of being educated with a great diversity of wonderful kids.
Right.
But the important thing here is also, this organization doesn't just talk about the wisdom of private schools and their desire for it. It also puts a lot of money behind it.
Yeah.
This American Federation for Children put over $800,000 into legislative races in 2010.
Oh, so they're buying politicians now as well. Amazing. Speaking of politicians, I understand that the Republicans in Wisconsin are trying to fast track a whole bunch of stuff before the plug gets pulled on them in the recalls.
You are exactly right, Tom. What's happening in Wisconsin right now is a very energized legislative session where they're sort of dusting off every bad idea that they've had for the last 20 years and trying to pass it quickly. The lead on this is the voter ID bill that you and I have talked about before.
Mm-hmm.
There's a host of other gun-related legislation, education-related legislation, bill after bill after bill to promote privatization, to cut taxes for big corporations and wealthy people, to restructure how we hold our elections and how we govern ourselves at the local and state levels, all coming before the legislature in rapid succession, or with the desire to pass a legislative agenda before a populace that's obviously agitated, obviously angry with this legislature and this governor gets to use the recall process to essentially restore checks and balances.
Yeah. This is. And is this a national trend? I mean, are you seeing the same thing in other states where there are recalls underway, like Michigan with Rick Snyder? And are there recall efforts underway for people like Rick Scott down in Florida? Is that even a possibility? Or Tom Corbett in Pennsylvania? Some of these other right wingers?
Well, that's the interesting thing. We have a patchwork of laws in this country that allow recalls. Not all states do. There is clearly a recall effort going on in Michigan for Rick Schneider. There's also, for instance, in Ohio, a veto referendum campaign. Ohio doesn't allow the recall, but it does allow the voters to petition to put any issue that's been passed by the legislature on the ballot so that the voters themselves can override it.
Right.
And so what we see across this country is a host of initiatives being launched by citizens at the grassroots to push back, both recalls and also these sort of veto referendums, initiatives, things of that nature.
You know,
they're trying to block it.
The core theme of Ayn Rand's book, Atlas Shrugged, was that the rich people went on strike, and therefore the United States was thrown into absolute disaster, despair, and Blade Runner world. And, frankly, I think if the rich people went on strike, there's plenty of middle-class people who would step up and say, hey, I've got the talent, the skills, and the competence. I'll maybe not part of the old boys club, but I can do this job. But isn't this like part of a massive repudiation of the whole Ayn Rand worldview, that there's this very small plutocracy that really needs to be ruling America because they're the only smart ones?
Well, I mean, we're going to see if it's a rejection. That's the fascinating moment we're in, Tom, and you pinpointed exactly right. We are, as a country, struggling with the question of whether we accept a right-wing set of talking points that says the country's broke and the only way to settle anything is to give the wealthiest people in this country complete control over everything, let them give themselves more tax breaks, let them restructure our government, restructure our democracy. Or are we going to say no? Are we finally going to reject really 30 years of Reaganism and say there's a better way, people can govern themselves, they can set up a better system? And that's why 2011, to my mind, is in many ways the most exciting election year, maybe even more exciting than 2012, because here people are doing it with grassroots efforts. They're forcing recalls. They're forcing referendums. They're not accepting the schedule of political and economic power. They're doing it themselves.
Yeah, and a fine thing it is. A very fine thing it is. John Nichols with The Nation, thenation.com. Thank you, John.
Great to be with you, Tom. Thanks for keeping on this.
Always great talking with you.